Hello and welcome to Pocket Gamer.biz's YouTube channel. I'm Jon Jordan and this is our first time user experience playlist. As you can see, the game we're playing today is CSR2. So it's a game from NaturalMotion, now owned by Zynga. It's a game that's been much anticipated given that the original CSR Racing came out about 2010. So it's been many years, and in fact CSR Racing 2 has been in soft launch for getting on for a year. So the reason it's been in soft launch for such a long time is, well, Zynga has said it's particularly to focus on long-term retention. So getting people to play, the percentage of people playing after 30 days, which is a key kind of metric for long-term monetization. So we're going to play through the the tutorial bit and see obviously this is only giving us really day one retention, the tutorial, but it's a starting point. So anyway, so here we go. So very much like the original CSR, we have a kind of lady in-game kind of a mentor. In this case, Jess the mechanic. She's telling us to play, to take her car for a drive. Normally in CSR Racing you get a very souped out car, which then you don't get. Okay, so tap it to the green paddle. Okay, so you have to keep it there. 3, 2, 1, and it's a drag racing game, so off we go. When the needle is in the green zone, we're shifting, so it's kind of the same thing as CSR's. We'd expect kind of a rhythm kind of element to it. It's not music so much, I suppose it's music for petrol heads. A well-tuned engine, but it's as you can see, the green bar is getting smaller every time you do it. So that effectively is the gameplay of CSR Racing, the franchise, CSR2. So you're just kind of tapping at the right time to accelerate. Doesn't seem like much, but actually I think CSR was ahead of its time in terms of having a very strong, what we call metagame, and having what was seen at the time, even by me, as a very kind of weak gameplay, just tapping at the right time. But actually the gameplay, if you look at a lot of games now, the kind of balance has kind of shifted to where CSR originally was. Have very simple gameplay that people can just tap, watching the telly, just like do it very quickly. Normally in an energy-based system, and the important thing about the game, the thing that gets people back to that 30-day retention, that 60-day retention, is the metagame, which in this case is unlocking new cars and tuning them. Okay, so here's Tyler Shack Industries. He looks like a wrong one, doesn't he? Okay. So they were showing us off some cool cars there, which we haven't got a cool car like that. We've just got a little bit more of a muscle car, haven't we? So we can see they're going into the kind of user interface stuff. Okay, got your space on the team. Don't you think Jerry? Who's Jerry? Jerry is that Jerry? Oh, it's Jerry. Okay, so Jerry the manager. Looking for new talent, need a car. So he's going to give us some money. So it looks like that's you can see at the top there. So that's the in-game. Looks like hard currency. So hard currency is one you tend to buy and one that's more valuable. And soft currency you earn a lot of. Sometimes you can buy it as well. So we're going to buy cars. That's clearly the most important thing about CSR Racing, is to buy cars. So I can buy a tier 1 car. That's the worst kind of car. We can see lots of cars and flashy logos in there, but I don't think we're going to buy one of those. So what we're going to end up with, a Honda Civic or something. Okay, we've got a Mini. So we can see there, there's different ways of buying stuff. So I've only got that 130. Is there any other things I can buy? Oh, I could buy a Fiesta. Could buy a tricked out. What's that? Fiat, isn't it? That a VW. So we can see there's actually kind of quite a few options. Get the Mini Cooper, the Fiesta. What's this one? What's that? Toyota. Okay, so let's go for that one then. I don't really make a lot of odds at this point. Nice choice. By proceeding, you're agreeing to our terms. Yeah. So got my car. Obviously the whole point of this game is a lot of focus on the beautiful cars and the paintwork and how, yeah, I'm not particularly into cars. Okay, so this is quite nice as well. So push notifications are a very powerful way of keeping engagement. Most developers just seem to shove them in as soon as you launch the game, which is very poor. This is an interesting way of doing it, the way you should be doing it if you're a developer. So you have an in-game splash screen that says, do you want to push notifications? And notice it says yes or maybe later. So what's interesting about this is you can, as a developer, you can launch this splash screen as many times as you like, but you can only launch the official iOS push notification prompt once. So you have one chance of doing that. So it's much better to let people go, no, I want to play the game now, maybe later, and then I can ask them again. So potentially you could ask someone 5 or 6 times using this in-game screen before you get to the one chance you get to use the Apple official push notification screen. But in this case, I'll go yes. Even you can also see we're going to get some gold to do this. So this is again very good. It's kind of free money. The developer doesn't matter, but the developer knows if someone's got push notifications on, they're much more likely to be engaged, retained, and monetized. So it's quite important, even though small. So we're going to yes. So this is what I was talking about. This is the official iOS push notification. This can only be sent once. So we're going to yes. Okay. So there we go. Awesome. Got my reward. Right. I wonder if I can do anything with that reward. Anyway, it's telling us to go to race. So this is the map, regulation race, easy rewards, get respect. So we can see at the top there's going to take some, I can win some the cash, the soft currency. I'm going to use up one of my fuel units. You can see it's a kind of an energy gated game. It kind of makes more sense in the game about cars, really doesn't have this kind of petrol mechanic. So I'm going to challenge this guy. Obviously this is Ftue, but he's a in-game character. He's not a real person. Obviously PvP against real people is where the real hardcore people will play. So you can see I've got a better card than him. Mine's 161. His is, so we've got to remember to do this. So, oh, okay, I got the perfect start. Now I've got to hit the shift at the right time. I should really win this one. You see I'm miles ahead. The whole point of tutorials is to make people feel good and happy, and that they're good at the game and they can enjoy the game. So, which was interesting in the first CSR. You got a really cool car and you raced it for a bit, and then you got beaten by a boss and you got your good car taken away from you, which I always thought was a little bit odd. I had arguments with the developer about that actually, but anyway, maybe that'll come up later. No, maybe they're not doing it. It's very actually Asian way of running a tutorial. Give you loads of stuff, show you high-end gameplay, then take it all away from you and start again. Different mentality maybe. So that's a race. Am I going to get to another race? So I've got a crew battle now. Okay, so look at that here. Wow. So let's go in there. See if I can. So okay. So this is kind of the mechanic of the things that you're kind of fighting against these kind of crews, and you're beating them. And obviously it lets the developer kind of gate the difficulty. So it's kind of quite easy to begin with. Then you get the boss guy, and I think last time as well, as I remember, you have to end up beating the boss guy 3 times, which was, again, I thought was a little bit harsh. Okay, see, buying items with gold skips delivery. So what's she got? So I can see she's got a better card than me, so I may not win. CSR 2 may pull the you're not good enough stunt on me. Come on then. So you can see it's much smaller. Bars now to get it right. And you can see she's much better than that other car I thought. I'm not going to win. So they are going to pull that trick of me not winning because I'm not good enough. You lose. Loser. So I always think this is interesting thing to pull. It's kind of counterintuitive really but in some ways it's in the balance of the tutorial. You don't want everything to be super easy because then people, as soon as something becomes hard, they drop off. But with the I want to lose, that was a bust. I knew she was fast, not fast. You'd have really right. So the whole point of this is it's getting you into the upgrade system now. So okay. So now let's go and upgrade something. So I've got nitrous. So she's telling me I'm going to buy the nitrous. Got enough money to do that. And all these things have different levels as well. So you can see so it's upgraded my car performance. Okay. So now can I go and race her again? So nitrous is quite a nice thing. You just basically just a boost. Okay. Kind of tasteful. Perfect start. So hit the nitrous. So it just takes me way ahead of her. So there we go. Got the upgrade 1, so that's what they're trying to reinforce in my head. because that is the entire metal game. They're going to mess me up. Okay. So you can just keep doing races. Oh, live race, okay. So this is actually racing someone else. So I'm waiting for an opponent here. This is the problem with PvP stuff. Bets. I can't do bets yet. Okay. So whether probably like I'm probably not actually playing someone synchronously. It's probably taking a ghost image of them. I would think. Maybe not. I don't know. But normally that's how these things go. So I can't see. Interesting. I can't see what that guy's performance level is. I can't see what his is it horsepower. So, yeah, my nitrous. Probably again at this stage, if I was a developer, I'd make sure people were winning these PvP races, because there's nothing worse than losing a first PvP race. You really want people playing PvP, because that's what again helps retention rather than playing against computer AI stuff. So go move up a rank as well. This is all what we want to have in the tutorial. I've got some stuff, some gold. And what's he going to tell me now? Race ladder. Okay, so I think we'll just leave it there, because we've kind of, the whole point about the first user experience is it doesn't have to be a massive long chunk of the game. It's just kind of showing a little bit about what's going on. So we went through racing people. We basically won, and apart from when they wanted us to lose to show us something. So it's a fairly sophisticated tutorial. We kind of saw about the didn't really focus on two different currencies, but we definitely saw what currency did. We definitely saw a little bit about buying new things and upgrading stuff, and definitely saw there's lots of cars, and we're in this city, and there's the characterization with the different kind of people involved. You can see has been improved upon from the first game, as you'd expect. The first game was a long time ago, so pretty smooth. I mean, I guess to a degree that's what you'd expect from a game that's been in soft launch for a long period of time, and it wasn't like CSR was bad in any of these respects anyway. CSR was pretty much a phenomenon. I think it did like $10 million in its first month or something, and that was back in the day. So looking good so far for CSR Racing 2. As Zynga has kind of highlighted, really though, the point at which it will be successful will be measured on the 30-day retention, really. And to be fair, Zynga, while doing very well on social casino games at the moment, hasn't had a big, what we might call normal game hit. A non-casino game making a lot of money, hasn't done any of that for a while, and it's been relying really on CSR Racing. And NaturalMotion's other game still due this year, which is Dawn of Titans. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So we do a lot of this analysis of free-to-play mobile games, particularly focusing on the